All right, so here we are. I'm just getting started. Just gonna make a, so essentially looking at our README file, what I'm trying to do here is basically, if I can create a software where we can create any type of item that the store and that the inventory receives, and we are able to essentially give it a name, give it the assign its price, give it the quantity that it has, and as well as the total value, right? So very simple. So that would look like a class. I'm going to name it item, or what should I do? Yeah, I'll just keep it item. I was trying to make it different from the tutorial, but for now, there's no point in spending time on this. So what we're going to do is essentially the class, right? We have the class. We are going to be assigning it name, price, quantity, and total value. And now, given that, what a class is basically is just a blueprint in order for you to create many in our case, many items from it. From a single item, we can make multiple items for various things. So let's say the item could be a phone, laptop, wires, cameras, etc. Right? And obviously, each item that comes into the inventory, it's going to have certain things, right? So what we are going to do is in this class, if there's an item that's created from this class, it has to be born with something. Essentially, think of it like that. It has to be born with certain something, right? The name of it has to be there. The price of it has to be there. The quantity has to be there, even if it's 0, and as well as the total, as well as the total value of it. Now, I already have a question to myself about how am I going to define the total value of it, but let's see, okay? So here we are. So in the init, it's the constructor. Basically, this is what's gonna at the time of creating any item, it's gonna basically assign that item. All of those things is gonna be defined in this init method. Constructor, whether you want to call it or just an init method. I'm probably going to refer to it as a constructor, but yeah, here we are. So, and in this, self is always given because it's always going to refer to the instance that's being created at that time. So if I make an item, for a phone, that item is going to be referred to as self. Yeah. So here we are. So name and we'll just give it this name. Actually, you know what? Let's start off from here. So yeah, the init is going to be defined with name, price, quantity, and total quantity, let's say. Now, so these are basically what we are going to have to push, like what we're going to have to send in, we're going to have to provide when creating any item. And we can go ahead and create, and we can also go ahead and attach these ones to, like, essentially to the object attribute. I believe that's what it's called. And really, something that did throw me off earlier is that here it doesn't have to be the same. Like there's no thing that it has to be the same name or the same title as it's on the right side of the equal sign. It could really just be that, and it'll be fine, right? But just for readability, and I guess it's just convention and just like an unspoken rule. That's essentially why. It's just being able to anyway. Yeah, I'm just talking right now. Sorry. Total quantity equals total quantity. So in our case now, just to test this out, if I was to now run this, right? Now, how would I run this, or how would I use this class to make other items? So in this case, well, let's go ahead and create a phone item, right? Let's go ahead and create a phone item because the inventory is finally receiving its shipment for phones. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So in order to, like, this would just be the class, but this is to now attaching it. Attaching the parentheses basically initializes it. So in this case, so that's what it's doing. And when it's being initialized or being created, it's required, as we put it here, it's required to have these four attributes, that it has to be born with these. So therefore we have to provide it. Because if I just do this, and if I run this, let me go ahead and run terminal, it's gonna say that, hey, you haven't provided these four extra values. So you should. There you go. So init missing four required positional arguments, and therefore we need to provide it. So let's go ahead and call it phone. Oh yeah, price, sorry, that's gonna be integer, so price is, let's say, $100, or let's keep it standard, $500, and quantity is about, let's say, 10, and total quantity, for now, let me go ahead and put this total quantity just by doing like basic, like my own manual math, which is gonna be 5,000, right? Now, if I do this, great. So now we have an object that's created. Now, if I want to go ahead and print this, it's going to show us the object in this form, right? I'm not exactly too sure what this form is called, but it's just saying that, hey, there's just a way of it's just a way of representing the overall object that's created. Now, if I wanted to do, let's say, name, then it's going to show us phone, right? And if I wanted to do quantity, it's going to show us 10, right? So here we are. Yeah, and because these are attributes, like you can say that, like sorry, yeah, these are attributes, so therefore there's no parentheses assisting them. Otherwise, they would be the methods which we are going to now go and get into. So yeah, that's pretty much me initializing this. What I'm going to be doing, to be very transparent, is I'm going to be referring to this video, and then when I see something that's being built new, then I'm going to pause it, like understand it, pause it, and then I'm going to come back and develop it. So that's where you will find me recording it after I've seen this. So that's how I'm going to go for the first stretch, completing the whole video, and then multiple attempts of just creating it by myself. So that's what the intent is, and so yeah, fingers crossed for me.